Is the camera on? Is it? It's on? Oh, sorry. Hi, how are you guys? This is Shop's Kitchen. I hope so. You all are fine. So, I thought, why not I share some of my products. When I heard of lots of comments and I saw many of them speaking about what I am using when I do baking. So I thought I will share a few of the things with you. I hope so. Maybe it may go long, but it's important, right? Okay, let's get started. So first, I am going to speak about few blenders and cake machines. So I hope so you are thinking why I am telling all this with you people. Maybe most of the people who are new to this baking life or want to learn baking, they need to know all this, right? So first I am going to speak about what I use in my baking, or when I started my business, I thought I would take some small sort of blender or a machine which makes a cake simple and it may have a easy sort of equipment with a low price like that. So it's wrong. So what I use is this. This is my cake making machine, which I am very happy to use. Why? Because it blends the egg, sugar and all the material which I mix very softly and fluffy. The main thing in the cake is to make fluffy sponge. The fluffy sponge you will get with this sort of machines only, not with a small hand blender or a simple sort of machine which just moves for a few hours and then get off. What I mean, I think you got it. So this machine is approximately somewhere around 40 to 50,000. When you go with the Indian market. When you go abroad, you know how much it is. So if you are starting your baking and you are starting your business, then this machine is a must for you. Then if you go for normal machines like hand blender or something like a small sort of machine which moves with a few eggs, like 1 kg, yeah, I mean to say. So that sort of machines will not work out. It's better for the house purpose. So I will show you what sort of machines are there, like this. This machine is very small, like hand blender it is. You can just mix the eggs with the holding. But it's very difficult to go with your business, and this machine is for the house purpose. You can go just for the normal cake or for the house, just making and eating, that's it, but not for the business purpose. So I prefer this one. So this machine have lots of attachments. I show you this attachment. This attachment is a whisk. This is a whisk attachment. This is the main thing which works out when you make a cake. This machine, what do you say? Whisk, sorry. This whisk works a lot when you want to blend a cake with the egg and sugar, all the materials. I like this. I'm fan of this. Okay. The second one is this and this. Basically, this I use this one for the purpose of mixing dough. Dough in the sense when I want to make a chapati. Okay, so I make this dough with this dough. Okay, this makes my work very easy, and I feel very comfortable with this when I want to make chapati. I don't want to just get in it, and it looks like frustration. Okay, and this is I use this for cookies. If I am going with macarons, if I am going with some sort of cookies, like if you are making at home purpose or for the sale purpose, so I feel like this is very nice attachment. So I feel it's better to go with the. Next, I go with spatulas. So whenever you make a cake, the spatula is very important for spreading the icing in between the layers of the cake. So I use different sort of spatulas here. The first spatula is I use this one. This is a small one. The thing is, it should be very flat. You need to take this sort of spatulas in different sizes. Like I have this one. This spatula is making the edges. Okay, so that's why it is given a sharp edge over here. So next is the another spatula, which is a small one for making the cake icing to spread in the center. Okay, and this is the big spatula. This is for the many kgs, like if you go for the flat and square or rectangle sort of cakes, then you can just clean it. The icing should be flat and that sort of things are there, so you need to do with this. And the another thing is I use brushes. These are the brushes. I have different sizes. I use mostly brushes for spreading the butter for the pan, or for the non-veg purpose also you can use. So these are the brushes. You need it all this sort of stuff with you, then only you can decide on baking. And the important thing in the baking is cups. You need to have different sizes of cups for measurement, so that the cake should be done well. Here, why these cups are excuse me. I use these cups for the measurement, like baking powder, baking soda. I use these spoons for the baking powder and baking soda, and I use this sort of cups for flour or powder sugar, or sugar, white sugar, or whatever sugar you use, whatever material you use, it should be in a perfect quantity. So for this, I keep constant things with me. So whenever you are using a flour or baking powder, baking soda, I measure first with this, then I add it based on the kgs. If you are going with 1 kg cake, I use only this 1 teaspoon and I measure it. If I am going with the 2 kg cake, then I use this big spoon, like this is of 1 teaspoon or tablespoon, whatever you say. Okay, so this is about the cups. Next, I go with the knife. Why knife in the cake? Knife is important because whenever you cut the cake in the center for the layer purpose, so you need this knife. What's special in this knife? Why can't we use the house purpose knife? Like when you are getting vegetables and all that stuff, that knife you can't use it. The speciality of this knife is it have a crisscross sort of thing, which makes the cake very easy. So I will show you in the above picture, as I have shown also in the above picture. You can see in this picture that how it is. So that sort of knife is important for the cake to cut. And the main thing I am going with right now is bases, in which and what you should cook the cake. This is important because I use only aluminium sort of bowls. Why do you know? Because in the aluminium bowl you can cook the cake very nicely. As you can see, this aluminium bowl, this is very thin and not so thick. I don't use generally that black sort of bowls with the thick this texture. I use this only. So you can take many shapes in this, like circle, oval, heart, square, rectangle, any others. What sort of stove you are using and what sort of temperature you are using for the cake. So one thing, when you are using stove, I generally prefer electric one. So it is a very good, so that your temperature inside it goes rotation. You have many options when you buy the stove. You need to see when you buy the stove how much temperature it is going to have on the above display, I mean to say, and how is the rotation of the heat going on inside. Some products you see the rotation of the air inside, the heat of the air which is inside the stove. When you close the cap, it goes from the up or down, something like that. So you some stoves have some options, like only the heat should come from up, and some stoves have from down itself. So make sure that when you buy a stove, you take electric one. I generally prefer that. And how the rotation is inside. So make sure this all things. Light is important when inside the stove, and the product should be of company. It should not be like you are investing a less amount and you are starting your business, and after that, after some days, it's not working well. The stoves are not working well. It should be not like that. So go for the company product, I mean to say. So just prefer a good company, and see that how the rotation of the air is inside, and how many display, how is the display, I mean. So these things are important in the stove matter when you go for the baking. Okay, so when you take a stove, you can generally have many things inside, like a tray, net, and some materials like rods and all for the grilling purpose. So these all are common things inside that. So here the important things when you choose a product is the machine and stove. These both things are very important when you buy a product, and when you want to start a business, or for the house purpose, it's okay, fine. You can go for the conventional ovens also. Conventional ovens have a capability of making a cake inside, but it takes lots of electricity. So I generally prefer the stove things. If you are going with the gas, please there also you check how is inside the movement of the air, and how the heat is coming. Is it coming from the sides or up and down, something like that. So make sure you get a good product. Okay, I hope so you got good information on this video about materials and products. If you want to see the products what I am using in the cake, you can go for my past video. I will share the link below, and if you have any doubts, please share your comments in the below section, and do subscribe my channel And I hope so you like this video. Thank you so much.